push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push all the limits with you right now. Changing, deteriorate. Oh, you know it's not easy. Bleeding, procrastinate. Oh, you know it's not easy. I never told you, but it got weird today when I first.
Hello, good to see everyone here. I believe everyone should be able to hear me just fine. How is everyone doing today? Let me just put my headphones down here. It's good to see everyone here on the chat. It's just me today. Good to see everyone having a good time. And we're doing a logo critique, something that I haven't done in a while. So I thought I would do a live one. So this should be fun. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. So the way that we're going to do this logo critique, before I say hello to the chat on my left-hand side, is you guys are going to post a hashtag on Instagram. It's the easiest way for me to go through as many people as possible by myself. So the hashtag is in the chat, which is hashtag #PatLogoCrit. And you can post your logo on there on Instagram, or just tag a logo that you've already posted with that crit. And I'm going to go through them all and have a bit of fun. How does that sound? I think that sounds pretty good to me. So what I'm going to do real quick is make sure whoever's buzzing me, yeah, it's just a follow on there. But it's on Instagram, so I'm going to go ahead and sort out my chat and see everyone here. Hey, what's going on, people? Pete, you subscribe by turning on that notification bell. Go to that little subscribe thing. My hair's doing this really strange thing over here. There's a little red button down below. Subscribe. It's good to see so many people here. It's a very, very quick stream, this. Well, it's going to be about an hour, probably. Just because I wanted to get something out there. I haven't done a live video in a while, so why not? So it's good to see everyone in here. What I'm going to do is just make sure, first of all, I've got my monitors displayed correctly. And hello, that was not correct. I'm going to make sure that we've got everything above board. Give me 2 seconds. And let me know in the comments how you are and where you're from. Hey Joshua, what's going on? Good to see you in the chat. There's a few people here. Not many people chatting, which is a bit weird for me personally. But it's all good. It's all good. All right. Let me see how we're going. So the hashtag is in the chat. I'll just put it in there again. Go and put your work into there. And I'm going to search through pick them out. There's 8 posts already. Wow, someone's put on a lot of posts in there. So we're going to check out this one first from So Creative, I think it is, or Dynamic Design. So we're going to go and have a look. And these are just like quick fire critiques. They're not like me diving deep into your company or into the company that you're designing for. Just quick things that you can do to help it. So I'll show you my board or my screen. Here is my live screen right here. Let me just go ahead and do that and get rid of Vampire Diaries that I was watching. Okay, let's do this. Going to the first one right here. I need to be able to see what you guys are saying as well. It's so hard doing it by yourself. It's so difficult. Cool. Right, so the rules are there. Go ahead and post your work. Let's have a look. So this first one is from Dynamic Designs, and I'm not too sure what this is for. Let's just scroll up here. For SandCons. Cool, so it's a construction logo. So this one reminds me a lot like Aaron Draplin's work. It does look a lot like Aaron Draplin's stuff here. I think it's pretty cool. I think what you could do, to be fair, is thicken up the typography in the middle of the circle. If you don't thicken that up, it can look very thin. And when it's construction, you've got to think of how thick those sort of girders are. So the way that I would always say it is go thicker than you want it. So look further back at your logo, zoom out, look further back, get away from your screen and look at that logo and see if it's still thick enough. The S and the C here defo ain't thick enough yet. All right, next one. We're just going through some of these. So we've got Montel Forbes and we've got Vala. Ooh, this is a cool design. So this design here has got like the cool VA thing that I see quite a lot. So you see it in the W's, the V's and the A's. So it's got a good amount of symmetry in there. So you've got the trademark symbol in there. It'd be good to know if it is trademarked, because if it's not, putting that symbol in there, you get in trouble for. But overall, it looks great. You see the L and the O? That, most definitely. Maybe I should like actually zoom in. Is there a way for me to zoom in? Okay, we'll zoom in like that so you guys can see it. Hopefully a bit better. Then all I'll do is I'll just move myself up into this little corner up here. It's a lot more difficult to do this in this way by myself, but we're just chilling out. It's so good to see so many people here. If you do like it, make sure to share it. So this one here again, the Valor one, the kerning on the L and the O is kind of too much. You need to thin that down a little bit because there's too much space here where the leg of the L is. So just make that so it looks like the U and the R. Okay, I like the colors. Not too sure if I get it, but it looks good. Cool, next one. Orcas Island Literature Festival. So this one's cool because it's got a lot of detail in it. Problem is with detailed logos is that you can kind of, when you do that with the detailed logo, it's not very memorable. So this whole thing is too much. I would just have like one line of text if you're going to have it as a logo. Although I do get it because you're trying to create this sort of badge. But yeah, no, very good. Very cool. Now this is cool. So this is RW monogram for, is it Rigger or Riger Watch Company? And it looks awesome. So what I love about this, you've got the W and R and I guess a V in there, but it doesn't look like an R, just an RW. It looks like a V as well. So that looks cool. You've got like this as well in the black and white. I love stuff like this. Stuff like this makes so much sense to me. In fact, what I'm going to do is scale myself down a bit more. I don't know if this is even possible. Maybe if I just did a little crop on my face. Apologies for this. I just want to make sure that I can actually get people to see me, the work that we're posting out here. And it's difficult to do with just one person. There we go. How's that? That looks good. Cool. So yeah, the R and the W look great in itself. I think just be careful with the V in there because it kind of looks like the V because you've got the art in the middle. But again, awesome. And I love the stroke that's gone in here. Just be careful for this part up here. I don't know if you can see that little curvature in there. Having that not perfectly round like the rest of the R has just caught my attention. So making sure that that is perfectly round is hugely important. But no, awesome. We've got Bethany Nyam. Not too sure how to say it. Let's look for all the work. Oh, wow. This is cool. So this reminds me of the Beard of Man design that I did. But what I like is that you can see it's a B and it is interesting. What would be cool, though, depending on the brief or depending on what you want to give. I've just got a text from someone. Oh, David, have you given me something? What have you done, David? I'm getting texts from people. David, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. You're a legend. It's awesome to have you supporting the channel. Thank you very much. So, next thing. Sorry, I've got to carry on because I was on a roll then. But David, thank you. You're always supporting me. It's amazing. I'm just going to turn my phone off so people don't message me. It doesn't work. Right, there we go. So, Bethany, what I like about it is the color scheme. It looks like, again, it looks feminine, which is good. But the thing is, that logo, you could do a bit more to make it, I don't know, not more interesting, but simplify it. So is there a way of simplifying the line from the B over here into like maybe cutting off sections of it? Or would that like overly complicate it? It's kind of hard to say. Overall, there's not much I can find that is, you know, inherently I don't like. Maybe the typography needs to have a similar thickness to the icon that you've created, and that'll be about it. Let's have a look through the other things that you've got. Let me get my analytics. This is where you like need 20 monitors in your studio just so you can do a live stream because you've got everything everywhere. Pronounced Neve. Okay, I apologize. It's difficult when people just chatting. Okay, so we've got So Creative. Yeah, this one I don't like. Not being nasty, but I think the S and the O are too fast spaced and you shouldn't have a capped version of the S and a lowercase version of the O together. It just kind of looks amateurish. And again, the trademark, so careful not to put that in places that aren't actually trademarked. It's really bad for the community. But also, if you get caught doing it, it gets a bit hard there. But what I do like is you've gone a bit outside of the circle of creative, but just make sure that, you know, your typography is fitting within a certain parameter is what I would say. Let's have a look. Let's refresh this page. There'll be a load more posts now for me to check out. We got Masni or Masni. This one, okay, so this one looks all right. Now, the only reason why I'm saying it looks all right is this has got way too many like thicks and thins. It's very contrasting the icon, but not only that, the typography you've used there, if I squint, I'm going to look really ugly when I squint, but if I squint, it's kind of hard to see what the words are. The serif typeface that you've chosen without the serifs on it make it difficult to see. There's a reason why serifs are on there. It's not just for legibility purposes. It was actually, we still keep it on there from when people used to carve them in, and it was easy to have like the serif on there, which is like the little thing at the top. And it was to do with the chisels and to follow the lines. I would suggest choose a typeface that's like a bit easier to read to the eyes, and also thicken up that logo in all areas. You don't need it to be wavy, but again, the concept's cool. Alident or Alident, very cool. It's a logo company. Okay, so the cool thing about this is the typeface is very clean. Just be careful for, again, the kerning. It's way off on the E and the N. You might not see it because you've got a D, E, and N, which are kind of hard, and it's sandwiched together between the D and the T. But if you look carefully, there's too much like space. If you squint your eyes again, squint your eyes at it, when you see it and it looks different, then you've got a bit of an issue. So just make sure you see that the space is different. Also, what I do like actually is your icon. And when you put this up on Instagram, dude, when you're putting up a typographic thing like this with an icon, put the icon in the next post, so make it a swipeable post, and it helps people then to see the icon work that you've been sort of working on. Let's look at the chat for a sec really quick. Good to see so many people here. Let me know in the chat, guys, if you're having a good time. I will be looking back at the chat as much as possible. So yeah, awesome work, dude. So, Amorous Photography. Okay, so let's have a look at this little video. I got that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so you've got an aperture wheel in the A. I like that. So the aperture wheel is very clever design. I would again thicken that up. So instead of using a sans serif A, which is clever, don't do that. You'll probably be better using a lowercase a to get the same effect. But I understand it. It's very clever, actually. I like the fact that you've got the colours in there. Don't choose many colours. I'll just keep it one. Although it looks nice, for a logo, it isn't like, you know, form and function there. Cool. Very good. Let's go on to the next one. Wait a sec. I just want to make sure that I'm not choosing someone's design all the time. So I'm going to go into this one for the next person. Okay. Sorry, I keep like clicking. My mouth keeps clicking. Right. So gifted design rebrand. So gifted design. This is you. First off the bat, before reading anything, dude, I like it. I think it looks nice. It's like an open book, which is good. I like the colors. I think they're nicely muted. And I love the type design here as well, the typeface. It works really well. I like the G and the D. Am I missing something like, you know, hidden in that logo? I just love the depth and the perspective that you've got on this. It works really well as a shield, as a book, and as a symmetrical object as well, which is very hard to do. So you've done a really good job here. Your composition is on point. Your colors are on point. These are my favorite colors, if you didn't know, to use in logos, which is like, you know, dark blue and things. Only suggestion here would be to thicken up that typography there. So when you've got your typographic logo, you can have elements of it or versions of it that are thicker based on the way that you're like showing the logo. And I've come offline. It's all good. The stream will come back up as soon as it does. And I hope it does in a couple of seconds. But the stream will come off and on because strange story, but the house that we're in is got very thick walls. Give that a second for it to pop up. I'll have a drink. It's kind of strange. Is the stream offline? It says that I've got no internet. It's good to see so many people in the chat, actually. Cool. Right, I'm guessing that the stream is online and we do have internet access. If we don't, then I'm like, this is so strange. Right, I'm going to say that we do. No one's telling me in the chat if it's working. Go for it. Okay, David Pruitt designed. So here is his work here. You showed me this work, actually. So this is the final logo design for Joel Vaughan. Is that Joel Vaughan? Official? Very cool. Joel is an incredible songwriter and musician who truly writes songs to make an impact. When we talked about this logo, Joel simply said he hoped that his music somehow helped someone get through a situation that they thought was impossible. Very cool. So this is for Joel Vaughan. Wait, is there more? Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. So this logo, dude, as I said before, when you sent it to me, I told you at the start to maybe, you know, thicken up those lines here. And you've done that. I like it because it fits within his name, which is a J and a V. Very good. But also, like, it just works in a symmetrical way. And symmetrical designs are good. I mean, if this is the way that he wants it to be, you know, like bang, smack, bang in your face, then that's always good for me. So it's great. Yeah, don't worry, people. I'm going through your work. Don't worry. So David Pruitt, awesome. Love the work. Guy, Electrician Company. All right. So here we go. I'm just having a look. There's way too much going on in this post. Is there another post that I can look at? There we go. That's better. ESTD. You should just put EST, by the way. I found that out the hard way as well, so don't worry, but very cool. I like this, established 1927, G electrician company. This reminds me very much of like Aaron Draplin, because of the way that it's like, really blocky, which isn't a bad thing. It just means that it looks very much like it because of the color scheme and everything else as well. I do like it. I think the icon though, you haven't got enough lip on the G. So you see this part down here, it's supposed to be just like, a solid block. You haven't got enough lip in there. So the problem that you have with that is if you don't have enough lip, it can kind of ruin the effect that you're trying to bring, which is electricity here. Maybe just having the G in a circle would have just worked just as better. I like this stamp as well. So when it goes down to here, best in Australia, that should be best in Australia in the right way round here, because no one's going to twist their head to look at it, but I do understand where you're coming from there. Cool. Next one. Let's have a look. Let me just check my stream as well, because I want to make sure my face is actually on here. So cool. Let's do this. How's that? Happy to be here. It's good to see so many people in here though. All right. Smart Captains. So this is a very illustrative badge. Smart Affordable Captains Licensing. Yeah, cool. I like the illustration that you got here. It's very, very vintage, or new age vintage really. And I like that because it works well for the boat industry, I'm guessing. I like the colours. I like it. It's like the typography is on point up here. You've got a nice little tiny stroke to make it, pop out at you. No, I love stuff like this. Nautical design is my favourite sometimes. I did a nautical design for a guitar company years ago. I think it was like 5 years ago. 2020, celebration of the century. Okay, 2020. Okay, I get what you... I'm not too sure. Is this a logo? Okay, maybe it's because I don't know the company, but again, it looks very Americanized, which doesn't bother me. But yeah, it works. I mean, there's a lot going on, but I do like the aesthetic here, like the cartoony aesthetic. I do like it. GCL looks like a very bold company. So when they're creating something like this, where it's a celebratory thing with the banner, they're going to go a bit all out on it. So I like it. Very cool. Next one. Ooh, wow. This is composed strange. So this is gin, and that's good. If I don't know what it is when I first look at it, I'm struggling to understand the company. And maybe it's just me being British, but I saw the word gin, organic gin, straight away. And that's a good thing. You see here when I go through it, yeah, it makes sense. This one's great. On there. Dude, this is great work. I love the colours because you got the green, like the lime green, or kind of like lime green, with the nice sort of blue and the really beige background. So it all encompasses itself together. And I love the fact that you've got the composition correct. So on air is the first thing you see with organic gin. It's identified and the company is shown. Established 2019, made in the Netherlands. Like your composition is great. All I would suggest is where it says made in, move that up. Slide that up a little bit and you're great. This is some of the other things like the color branding, the monograms that you've created. Oh, I love stuff like this. Hand-drawn illustration. Yeah. Oh, and there's the badge down there. Very nice. No, dude, very good. Looks awesome. Amazing on a bottle. So, like, great. Great work. I like it. Okay. Max Lewis Design. Let's have a look at your work. I'm going to sneeze. This isn't good. This isn't going to be good if I sneeze. Yeah, I don't go into my DMs. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, guys, I will be refreshing until I've seen the ones that I'm going through. I'm going to go through as many as I can. I can't promise to go through everyone's, but I'm going through them as much as possible. If you like the stream as well, share it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's going to be good. All right. W plus arrow plus drone. I don't understand what the... I don't understand it, but I guess it's a cool shape. Is it supposed to be a drone? I mean, it looks cool as a shape. Cool. I like it. On to the next. Prime Nails by Ophelia. Okay, I like the logo here. You can see that they are nails. Very well done, actually. And the colours there are very nice as well. They complement each other all together very nicely. You've got the symmetry in the black nail up here. Let's go through the rest. There's a few things. Okay, I don't like this one. That one's bad. This one's better. So all you have to do for this is, I would suggest using a different typeface here altogether. Use something that's less tracked, because you've got the I over here, and the space in between the A and the N and the A and the I throws it all off. So you've got to make sure you kern that space, make sure that the space in those areas are like perfect for it to work. And once you've done that, it looks professional all the way through. But it's those little things that people pick up on that they don't like, and they can't put the finger on it, and that's basically what it is. But no, very good. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, how very apt. Next. Cool. NXT electrician logo. Cool. So this is Max again. I'm only trying to go through one, so I'm going to skip over Max, but I like the look of this. I've had dynamic there before. We'll go for this one. I'm only choosing one design per person as we go. The bank, bar, and events. Okay. So that's like is that a chef hat? What I love is the fact that it's kind of like going through the K here, and I love the simplicity of the type you've got. Only thing to suggest would be the word "the" needs to be smaller. Just get it smaller and track that a bit further on, and it'll look great. Right, I've had enough of you. People are just tagging me in all their work. Please don't do that. Otherwise, I won't be able to get into anyone else's work. All right. I don't know how to pronounce this, so I'm not going to, but I like the percentage sign in there. Office Supply Company. Okay, so that percentage sign is very clever. I like the look of that. If you design that, that's really good. Your typography is on point as well. That new sort of style of, it's like a display font, but not. It's very bold. The color scheme there is very good as well. You just see the percentage sign. I don't know. I like that. Well done. Let's go on to the next. Have we? Yeah, I'll just refresh the page and hopefully get some more. How's everyone doing in the chat? I get so freaked out at the logo design critiques because there's so many to do. There's so many to do. And when you do it, you find you get so tired because you're trying to think. You're analyzing so many different things. Oh, dude. I'm going to hide you, bud. You're off. Okay. So logo design for a vegetable vendor. Okay. Have we got any there we go. So Vuna Fresh. First off, get rid of that circle. You don't need that circle. I understand why you've got the circle in there. Just get rid of it. Because I love the typography in there. That's really simple and creative. And when it comes to fruit and veg, from what I can imagine, if I was tasked or commissioned to create a typographic logo that was simple, I would do pretty much the same here. Use inlines or line work, smooth lines, harsh lines to show the type. If that makes sense. Just because that's grape, vine, or it's as you've seen here, the orange. You've also got the nice vibrant colours in there. But having these lines that show simplicity and a sort of innocence to the design. So, very good. I like it a lot. We've had you, but yeah, we've had you. Okay, here we go. Dialers. So everyone's just posting work that they've just done. Or done weeks and weeks ago. So it's good to see people's most proud work. So what I like about this is the effect in the background. And I like the logo as well. It's a very good effect that you've got going on here. It's very encompassing and very sticker-like. I do like that. Well done. not much I can really say apart from the R. The negative shape in the R here is not perfect. Get that perfect and it'll look great. I like it. I'm not too sure what this is. Oh, okay, this is a process, is it? Z+8. I don't understand. I mean, it looks cool pattern. It kind of looks like one of those like throwing knives or a bit of an axe. You know, like the sharp end of an axe. 1-800 Rosebud since 1955. Online flower shop. Ah, cool. Right, so you got mixed reviews, you said. I prefer the retro look of the circular logo. Right. So I like the fact that it's vintage. I think the mixed reviews come from the colours that you've chosen. So obviously it's a rosebud. Make it even redder. You've gone for a very pastel, well, a muted green. So make it a bit more of a, like, you know, a saturated colour and you'll be fine, I think. I don't think you need to worry about it. I do love the vintage vibe that you've got going on here. Now, the only thing is, if you were doing this for, I don't know if this is a real client. It probably is. No, it's 30-day logo challenge. So if this is for a real client, you've got to think about where that logo is going to be saying. If it's an online flower shop, you want to make sure it's bright. You want to make sure it's like covering all its bases in its competition. And I know it's a logo competition. What I love about it, though, is the fact that you've got the vintage illustration in there and it does look like a rose. Again, my only thing is, if it's going to be desaturated to make it look vintage, it won't work for most things because people are going to be drawn away from it, especially in the design community. But in reality, it looks great and there's nothing to worry about. So good job. I like this. That's cool. You got the gradient in there. I don't think it needs a gradient at all. And I like the fact that you've used the shape builder tool to create this. So very nice. Well done. Focus. Ah, this is cool. I like stuff like this. Very cool. I like it. Robertson Air Park West. We've had you. We've had you. Okay, let's just refresh this. Go through the next. I'm getting people like commenting and tagging me in things. I won't be... This is hilarious. I'm going to look at the chat for a minute just to like refresh my brain for a sec. Hi. No worries, dude. Thank you. We have a truck. Have an orange fruit look. Check back on me. You missed that on top. Thanks. Looks good. Awesome work. Guys, this is cool. The one thing that I'm not trying to do is promote people on here. I'm just trying to give you a helping hand. So if you keep putting your work in there, I'll intentionally ignore you. If you keep putting new work in there, let's give everyone a chance for a go. So this is Avocado. I don't think we've done you, Leon. So this struck me straight away from its simplicity. So I'm guessing this is the old logo, right? It's a redo time. Yep. Yeah, your logo is 10 times better. And even in their logo, they've got some massive kerning issues between the O and the C. I think the coolest thing about yours is the smile in the avocado. It looks so innocent and simple. And again, the typeface, you've kerned it like correctly. It looks so friendly and inviting, but yet it doesn't look childish. I love the fact that it's all rounded. Dude, you've done a great job. Well done. I like this. I like it a lot. Cool. Very nice. Already seeing that. We're just going back through those, aren't we? Fairview Road, Church of Christ. So, let me have a look. Okay, so, oh wow, what? Which one's the logo? Is it this one? Okay, I'm going to go for the first one that I saw, which is this. So, the logo itself, it's very, I mean, it's unique and it's different. The only issue is it's very complicated. I mean, you don't need all those lines in the icon. As well as that, down here, in this one, move like the typography, just change that. You've chosen a condensed typeface and then you've tracked it. So one rule of typography is do not choose a condensed typeface and track it any more than what it should be tracked at. Any more than that, it will cause legibility issues like you see here. The reason why this whole bit looks disjointed and out of place is because condensed typography is meant to be condensed in its tracking. Now, when you take that away, it kind of looks a bit strange. So that's what's happened in this case. So get rid of that, do that again, and you'll be fine. On to the next. Leon, I've had you. I think I've had you. Let me just go through them now like this so I can see the ones that I haven't seen. Ooh, what's this one? Runus Vikingas. So, one thing, I like your composition. Just, I love the typeface here. Is this Brandon Grotesque, the typeface? Okay, I don't understand what you've written here, but I will say that the only issues that I'm seeing here are the colours. Although I know that you've created this, I guess, to be like a flower of some sort or like an emblem. I love the simplicity of it. Maybe we need to make it more simpler by getting rid of those colours. There's a lot of lines within there. So maybe go back to the drawing board with how not simple this logo is. Go back and make it simpler if there's any way in your concept. Obviously, I can't read what you've written. And the other thing is, I just want to commend you on your composition, but just watch out for the N and the G, the typography, the tracking or the kerning even of the N and the G. If that's not correct, you're going to face problems all the way through your project and it will just look like there's something missing. Also, I think it's not centered correctly, but I could be wrong. Either way, you see this where it says Bacana. I would scale that down so it fits within the guides, the purported guides here. You don't want it to be thicker than the thickest thing. You know, you don't want the foundation of the design to be thick. You want it to kind of like resemble the top. So that's what I would say. Okay, let me see this. I think we've just had you, Angie. We're only doing one for each person. So again, I'm going to go through this. We have not had this one yet, but I've already had you. Let me look. So if anyone doesn't know what we're doing, ooh, we've got loads up here. Wavy wings. Cool. Logo by Montel Forbes. I've already had you, but again, I like the typography here. Get rid of this typography there. You've got like serifs. Oh, Naomi. Thank you for giving me a super chat, Naomi, my wife. Thanks for the super chat. If you guys didn't know and you want to support the channel, go ahead and super chat. I'm guessing Naomi's just showing you that you can do that if you want. The established part here of the logo, what I would suggest is to get rid of the serifs and things, because otherwise, you start to see these weird artifacting when it's too small. It's not meant to be viewed when it's small with such tight serifs. What I do like, though, is the display type and the texture that you've got there. And the wings here for the W. Very good. Sushi Zen. I think I've seen this somewhere. Where have I seen this before? I've seen something similar. Probably not. It might just be me. Again, what I love is the typeface that you use there. You've thought about it because I can't really say it's a Japanese typeface because it's not, but it looks very apt for the culture. I'm not missing anyone's logo. I'm going through them as far as I can see. Hi Nuts, I'm doing good. How are you? Cool. So what I love about this is the simplicity of the fish, the symmetry of it as well. If you ever want to get really simple with the logo, make sure it's symmetrical all the way through. And I love the typography. There's nothing not to like here. It works well all the way through. What I don't like is like the other things inside there. You've got this weird gradient to give off this sort of fish pattern. Get rid of that. You don't need that. And then, ooh, these shots are the ones that make it for clients, by the way. Giving them shots like this is what's going to go to the client and they'll go, oh, I can actually see what it could be like. You know, it's all about doing that. So give them that. Right. Urban Hive clothing. Again, this one's very cool. It's like new minimal, new vintage. You see that clothing pack? Get that lower. Lower that down. I don't know if you can see it on your screen. But again, works really well. Nice job. We've got Woke Coffee Company. I guess it's supposed to look very, like, very much like a sketch thing, and it could work. But it's just not my cup of coffee, if that's to make sense. Big Rock Academy. Cool. I like the look of this. Again, it looks very Aaron Draplin-esque, which isn't a bad thing. It just goes to show the influence. But what I love is the sturdiness of this, and it shows. Big Rock Academy, big, and it's got an A in there, Big Rock Academy. And it kind of looks like an R as well, which is cool. I just love stuff like this where you've gone ahead and made a shape and then created the spacing in between. I mean, the spacing between the lines work as well. The logo type is looking great. Maybe just focus on that C and A kerning right there because it kind of looks a bit strange up against the D and the E. But awesome. Awesome colors. Ooh, that's cool as well. Right, I'm trying to go through them as nicely as possible. Okay, so geograph. So the arthras or the arthas. No context to this, but I like it. It's simple. I mean, there's not much not to like. The things that you start to see is that you're more willing, you have to be more willing to risk whether I like something, the more adventurous you go. But don't just keep things like, all plain vanilla. Make sure you do go adventurous. Stuff like this is great. There's an issue there with the R and the A. As you can see, you need to probably fix that in the type itself. That might be a bit hard to do. But I like it. It looks very good, very prominent. I think we've had this typeface before. Someone's shown me this. And why is this popular typeface? It looks like a cool logo. Again, it's very line arty, so it works. Works very good. We've got Vertigo over here. Have we done this? Max, I've already had you. Sushi Zen. Right. When I see your work and then I click off of it, it's difficult to keep track of everyone. Let me just... Right. There we go. How's that? So I'm just looking through the chat. Cool. Sushi Zen. I said that completely wrong then. Let's have a look. All the way through. I like it. Very cool. Got the S. Kind of looks like a Z as well. Yeah, very simple. It is what it is. Oh, you've done that thing where you tag loads of people in it. Don't do that. People hate that. People tag me and stuff all the time on Instagram for no reason. And I don't get it, but I think it annoys people. But awesome work, though. Great work. Okay, so already had you. Let me just check the people. Let me just refresh again. I wish there was an easier way of me reviewing your work. Do you know what I mean? Slash Films. Let's look at this. Film Reel. This is clever. See, this is probably one of my favorites so far. I think we've already had you, but I mean, you've shown us here S plus, the slash plus the film reel. Very clever work. Okay. Let me just make sure I haven't Fuji. Now, this is cool. This type of work that you've got here is... It's very family friendly. I'm trying to get my words out for this one instead of just using the same words. But this, what I love is the fact that you've got a very friendly but also motivated piece of work, which shows people that it's food. The icon that you've got is very friendly and neat, which is what I like. The typography is neat. You've been very intentional with that. I would like to see what it's like in different compositions. Maybe moving the icon up or down or things like that, you know, see what happens. You never know what could happen when you change the composition. Never be afraid to move one bit into another area and move another bit into another. You know, it can make it a bit better for you. Let's go all the way down. I might have missed someone. I don't want to miss people. I know I've missed some of these. Okay. Who's this? So, logo concept for be careful what I say. Be careful what I say. Okay. I'm not even going to say it because I've always say it wrong. But I'm just going to say this is good. And it is good. Only issue is, you see this line here. So you see how thick the line is that you created it. That needs to be the thickness of the line that you're taking away here. And that's just to keep it consistent. And it's the negative space patterns that we have here that we need to be keeping, like, you know, consistent. That's a great logo design there. What I like about this is that you can still read it. And it's very, very clear of what it is. It's very, very, well, you know, it just makes sense. I'm not going to go into that one because I'll say the name wrong. We've had you, we've had David Pruitt. Let's go all the way down. How many posts are there? I did not expect all of this. 60. That is insane. Let me just do this again. Maybe if I put it in, it will like refresh some of the results. Maybe not. I'll just refresh the page and have a little break for a second. My brain kills me. No, it's good to see so many people in here. Before I carry on, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't be afraid or clicking that notification bell either. It helps me out and I hope it helps you. So let's go up and make sure that I haven't missed them. Ooh. We've already had you, dude. So only one post per person. I trust you guys. Otherwise, it makes it difficult for me to go for anyone else. Nuvia. Already had you. I think we've already had you as well. Mishimoru. We've already had you, but that looks cool. Ooh. Liquid Designs. Wow, this is cool. I don't know if it's just because of the way that you presented it, but this is actually really cool. What I love about this is the sort of, you've got the esports aesthetic in there, but you've kept it very, very lively, and it's shown that the way that you possess or the way that you present the design makes a huge impact on the way that you see it and the way that you feel about it. I like it. The only issues again is that tracking. So that typography there, you have the ability to create that to be thicker. So you could thicken that up in Illustrator. It might take time, but you could thicken that up and it would work a lot better because that O, there's so much space between there. It's those little things that get you. But again, I love the whole composition of it. That club thing as well. Make that club a bit smaller and track it out ever so slightly more. Robertson Airport West. Am I going through them and not seeing them? Tangy Vibe. Let's just look at this. So this is cool. I love the CD. And if I saw this on the shelf, like in a shop, because everyone now knows that it's all about the vinyl, it's not about the CD. But if I saw this in the shop, that would turn my head. It would twitch my face that way. What I like is the negative space in between it all. So that includes the skull. You've used the negative space as part of the drawing in the headphones. Tangy Vibe beats, which you've shown and you suggested through the typography here on the beats. I like it. I think it looks cool. But the only thing is that the CD pattern looks very hard and the case pattern doesn't. That'd be my only thing. Concerto. Okay, we've already had you, dude. Cake Boutique. Let's have a look. Cake boutique, any design, any style, cake boutique, passionate about cakes. Now, some people may diss this, but I think it's all right. The reason why people may diss this, and I'm not dissing it, is because people are, oh, well, it's very basic. Yeah, it's basic, but it works. Tell you what, the only thing that you need to change here is make it so it stands by itself. So get that rotated background so it's completely horizontal, vertical, symmetrical. You don't need it to be on its side. All you've done there is add a bit of a flare, but that flare that you've added is actually a hindrance to people. So don't do that. Get it back on its side, and you see that typography on the outside, get rid of it. You don't need it. Just use this and the cake and make it all one color, one block color, and then boom, you've done well. This actual composition of the cake boutique and the cake, that would be great. You do not need this. This can be used in a stamp if you wanted to on other products, but make sure it's like, rotated correctly. But you don't technically need anything else from it, Also, who's looking forward to come design with me before I go into the next one? People are like actually emailing, well, not emailing, but messaging me about come design with me. Don't worry, it's all been worked on. We've got some news of a new office space that I'm getting coming soon, but come design with me is like going to be even bigger with larger stakes, and we're going to be showing the actual winner of it too. So that the winner of the last one is we're going to have that announced on the first come design with me video. So that was a quick change of subject, but there you go. Craft, I've had you. Right, I'm going to do a few more and then I'm off. By economy. Sounds like, sorry, that sounds like, a thing. Hey, well, I just uploaded mine. It is a monogram of the letter G and J. I hope you like it. Monogram of the G. So what's yours? The G and the J. G and J? Anyone tell me where to see it? The G and J. I don't see it. Oh, there we go. Let's give that a like, because the actual thing is this is very clever. Okay, I see what you've done. So, how have I not thought of that before? Right, so dude, stuff like this you should keep for a design or a client that has a G and a J in there. What I like about it, it's very, very minimal indeed, and it works super well. Just getting that one line in there with that G can change the way that the logo is, and that could be the most basic thing. You've done a really good job here, dude. How did I miss that? You've got the grid here to show us how you created it from scratch. Now, these grids, sometimes people hate them, and I don't know why. I mean, they make your work look amazing. For a reason, having them is to give consistency. So when you're giving this to a client or putting on your portfolio, sometimes clients need to see this just to be like, have that wow factor in the delicacy of what we're doing. So no, well done, dude. Looks very good, very consistent again. And sorry that I missed that. I didn't mean to. I did not mean to miss it. But thank you for the 100. Not too sure what you gave me, but you gave me 100 or something. But thank you. Let's have a look. I'm gonna do a few more, but I need to do by economy. Sounds like a medical thing. But okay, that's probably the best representation that I'll give you guys there. The cool thing about this is obviously the B. And when you look at something like this with that typography in there, with the typeface, it kind of suggests something to do with like economy, not economy, but like, money. The cool thing about it is that the typography fits within the design of the icon. So the app icon is the app logo, which is one of the best things you can do. And then you're also showing people through these markups and through these images what you can do, the color things and whatever you've got. You've got this here. This looks pretty cluttered, but all in all, your app icon looks good. And the rest of your work looks pretty good. I like it a lot. I like it. Let me just read the chat for a sec. People are going, no, I'm not at Max this year. I am not at Adobe Max this year. Maybe next year. We are going to Croatia soon. in the next couple of weeks. We're in Croatia for a project. Can you filter by recent? These are the most recent, but I've been through them. Okay. This is Cake Boutique again. Much better. Get rid of passionate about cakes. And get rid of this stroke. You don't need that. That's better. Now move that cake into the right. It's like communicating on like live stream through Instagram where you're uploading the work. Maybe I should do this in normal job, but move that cake to the right. Yeah, wait a minute. This is difficult. You move the cake to the right. Get rid of this. You don't need that little tagline there. Here we go. Here's one. So this is Liquid Designs. Not too sure if I've had you yet, but this is Ali. This reminds me of Skrillex, which isn't a bad thing. Only issue that I'm seeing here is the thickness. So when you've got lines that have different thicknesses, like the typography and the box around it, it just leads to a bit of confusion. It could be completely intentional to have such thin lines as the box around it, but personally I would suggest to get that box a bit thicker. What I do like is the presentation of it. You've given a cool textured background with it, so that works well. Fuji, we've already have. Woke Coffee, had that. Okay, Angsty Chris, Supreme Renovation. PS, be gentle, I'm new here. Of course I will. Don't worry, dude. So let's have a look. All right. So I can't read it properly, but this is called Monogram, off an R and an S. The only thing is, when you're creating a logo, the first thing you need to like think about is the concept, and this is what you've done. You've got this really good concept of creating symmetry all the way around, and you want to create it in this box fashion. Now, when you're also doing this, you have to have different ideas as well. So when you're creating this line work here, I see exactly what you're trying to do, but to make it better, we need to thicken up those lines, but also work out how to solve problems in the design that you're seeing. So by that, I mean, there's a tiny little problem here. See this? It's where the circle doesn't just quite cover the intersection right there. So the way to get rid of that is to, one, thicken up the lines, or make it even more prominent, which is what you could do. So I think the concept is there, but in order for a logo to work, you've got to think about the scale. So like the size, what the people are going to be reading it at. So every logo should have a certain like scalability about it. But you've also got to look at these little points here of little mistakes like this. It doesn't need to be there. Your job when you're going into this, and this is a cool concept, but your job into going into this is more about how do I take as much away as possible in this logo? How do I just strip back to just the personality of the company? So well done though. Keep going. It's one of those hard things to do, but good job. See if I see any new ones. Here we go. Zy Media. Which would I pick? Ooh, which would I pick? Right. I don't know. They all look pretty cool. I'd personally pick the first one or this one. There's either these ones here. Only thing is, get rid of that line on the outside of there. And don't have these little strokes. Looks good though. I like the look of it. Ooh, home tasks. Right, I keep getting these. You keep putting my logos or my hashtag on these things. No more. No more for you. Who is it? Logos by Potter. Okay. How do you pronounce that? Is it Excelsior? Spaceship plus X. Okay. So placed it. Right. So the problem that I have here now is I love the design of this because I'm a huge UFO space nerd. I absolutely love looking up at the sky. Problem is now all I can see is a block of someone that looks like they've got like a triangle for a head getting ready for work in the morning because they've got like a tie there. This is the shoulders, head, and the tie. That's my only thing. It looks like a silhouette, but I see what you're going for here. Now that is cool. When you've got the colour on there as well, that is mental. I like that. Well done. Let's look at the chat. How to make a logo to bag. I'm not sure what that meant. Yeet yeet. Any ideas of when the new video course will be ready to launch? Yes, so the new video course has been filmed. We just need to edit it now. So me and Naomi are working on the edits now. The problem is, me and Naomi at the minute, we're transitioning to like another office soon. And I'll keep that as like a, you know, a live stream secret to you guys. But we've got a big studio update happening. Very exciting times, which means that these videos are going to be even better. Everything's going to be like through the roof better. So things are taking a back seat, such as like, you know, Come Design With Me. But Come Design With Me is coming back, as you saw today. There's been updates about that. So it's going to go good. If you want me to come to Italy, then get me there. Get me to a conference or something. It would be great to be there. Yeah, David, I'm excited too. It's gonna be pretty insane. I do love aliens, Naomi. Yeah, the thing is, when it comes to like work, we've got this new building that we want. We got Richard. Thank you so much for the 50. And again, I don't know your currency, but thank you. You said this. Hey, well, I'd like to know if you have some tips for Behance, for example, how to get more views, etc. Thanks. Now, to be fair, I don't really use Behance that much. I'm really lucky because what Behance has enabled me to do is like I put my work on there and they featured me once. And I remember I just put it on there for a bit of fun before I did a thing with Adobe, and I got featured. So, I don't really use it. I don't think clients really use it either. The main place to be is like on your website and get that website up and running and apply some value for people on that website. In fact, I'm just going to start answering some questions for a bit just to get my mind back on. So I'm just going to put it to just me at the moment. I'm not too sure what's happening with my screen or whatever, but let's just do this. I'll move me around and all this weird things. Cool. Let me read some of the chat here. Hey, Will, do most clients find you? Do you advertise yourself online or do you work with a company? So clients always find me based on my, like, obviously YouTube channel, based upon my hand lettering online. I've created a brand subvertedly online. So the way it's gone is through these videos that I've made, people and companies have taken notice of me and they know who I am and why I do things. So what's happened is that companies have taken notice and my attention has grown. So when people think about design, they think about me, so they come to me more often. Companies do find me, like agencies do find me, and they do. I have worked with them. I've worked with a big jeweling company or jewelers a few years ago. I've worked with, you know, different companies. I've just finished a project with what I would consider to be like a company that I didn't know, but they hired me in to do it. You know, it's companies. The way to get found in design is to be, you know, create things that get you noticed, and it's nothing easy, but you can break it down into two simple things. You can break it down into showing your work and shouting louder. So I talked about it probably a year ago, no, over 2 years ago, which is that, you know, attention is the new thing now. People want attention in design. Problem is when you secretly try to get that for no reason, and you don't have anything to offer, then clients don't like that and people don't like it. So my whole job has been around having attention, keeping your attention on me and what I'm doing. And that's how people find out about me, if that makes sense. What do I think about Canva? I've never used them. How could our website get more exposure and get clients? Any tips? Well, to get clients on your website, you have to have good work. Clients will only go for people they like. And it's more easy for a client, or it's easier for a client to like me than it is a normal designer who doesn't do what I do, because I'm plastered everywhere online. So like I've left no stone unturned really. I'm on most design blogs. I've written a book, and I've got the credibility behind me that allows clients to sort of trust me. So when they meet me, they've already met me, and I haven't had to do anything through the videos, through the book, through blog posts, through interviews, through podcasts. Clients have met me already. So do you understand what I mean? So it's kind of like, to get more in there, you don't have to do what I do, but I can only tell you what I did to do that. Hey, what's going on? You finally caught me live. Do I also criticize animations? I do not. I do not criticize animations. Which is the best source of getting clients as a freelancer? Your work. Just post your work. Clients by any cost. Let's have a look. All right. What are the best tips for logo presentation to clients or social media? What's the best tips for logo presentation to clients or social media? Well, to present your logo correctly, I would suggest the usage of the logo is the main thing. So wherever the logo, for instance, if it's a coffee shop logo, put it on a mug. Find something on creativemarket.com. Design cuts. There's loads of things on design cuts. Find a mock-up for the specific use of that company. If it's a metal girding company, find a girder that you can use. If it's for a car, find a car. If it's for like a product that you've never had seen before, like, a pottery, beer, whatever it is, just find something that will show the clients, not only that, potential clients, that your logo works. Did you study graphic design at university? Have you got any advice for students? I did not study graphic design at uni. I jumped straight in from leaving school. And I started that nearly 8 years ago. 9 maybe. No, 7 or 8 years ago. I jumped straight in. Reason being was university wasn't really an option for me. A lot of people think that you have to go to uni to be a designer, which is obvious is you don't. University lecturers always contact me asking for my help. So it's I've never really seen the need for going to university anymore, especially because nowadays information, like you've got me, you've got like Future, you've got Dansky, you've got loads of professionals in the field just giving everything away, which is insane. So university for me, I don't think it's a personal necessity, but it's a different path to go down. Right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm getting tired now. It's 9:87. It's 7 p.m. where I am. But I just want to thank you for all being on the stream. It's great to have you all on here. If you did enjoy it, press the like button. Make sure you press that red subscribe button down below as well, because that red subscribe button lets you guys know when I upload a video. But if you want to be notified in your phone, like whenever it goes live, press that notification bell and it will just ping. It'll just ping at you so you know when I've uploaded. And it helps me out when you do that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to head out. See you soon. Adios. Goodbye.